A bloody Broadway bomb. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new king and queen will be Tommy and Carrie by one vote.
The 1976 Brian De Palma directed horror film, adapted from Stephen King's novel of the same name, Carrie, was a huge success. The 1988 Broadway musical of the same name, about the tormented paranormally charged teen, was not. We're talking about one of Broadway's biggest flops, Carrie, the musical. After the success of both Carrie the novel and the subsequent film, the screenwriter of Carrie, Lawrence D. Cohen, and famed composer Michael Gore got together as early as 1984 to create the musical. They started workshopping it pretty quickly in 1984, but getting the funding and all the other moving parts took time. But by 1988, Carrie the musical was ready to take the world by storm.
Oh no.
And what we're about to take by storm? This break. Previews began in Stratford-upon-Avon, England in February 1988. Besides script and tech problems, like the pig blood scene, pretty iconic, pretty famous if you're familiar with Carrie, it would cause the actor playing Carrie's microphone to malfunction because there's fake pig's blood in her microphone.
Yeah, that's something you seem like you need to get right, considering most people who have not seen the movie just know that scene.
Barbara Cook, who played Carrie's mother, hysterical, she was very religious, iconic character. Margaret resigned on opening night after she was almost decapitated by a set piece.
Holy shit.
Songs were added and removed. It was a mess. Barbara Cook was replaced by actress Betty Buckley, who played Carrie's teacher, Miss Collins, in the film. And in Eight is Enough, the TV show, which I've wanted to do an episode on for a while because there's a lot of tragedy that happened within that show and the people that were cast members.
Let's do it.
The show opened for previews on April 28th, 1988, to mixed reactions. At the curtain call, it was either applause or loud boos. It happened to be sold out every night, but the financial backers were like, no, we want our money back. After 16 preview performances, Carrie the Musical officially opened on May 12th, 1988, and officially closed on May 15th after only 5 performances.
Wow. And
there's no official recording of Carrie the Musical. No soundtrack.
Wow. Some bootlegs out there though? Anyone?
There are. There's some, you can find some bootlegs.
Okay. We've got the first picture in the playbill. It's Lindsay Haitley and Betty Buckley. Very strange.
It looks like it would be cool. And again, this is not a slight on the acting and performances. Yeah. That I don't think I think people were doing their best, doing what they did, not realizing that sometimes adaptations don't go well. Sometimes just because 2 things are successful doesn't mean the third one will be.
Exactly. This looks very performative, kind of avant-garde interpretation of it, which believe me, I have a MFA. I'm all about it. But that's not when you watch Carrie, that's not what you want from that experience, from the book, from the movie. And probably not the play, the musical either. So.
I think I like the claustrophobicness of it. Even if it's during the prom scene, which is pretty iconic, or, in a room or getting locked in the closet, they feel like that terror.
Yeah.
In a big open stage, I feel like something might be lost in it.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see a Dada version of Carrie, pay a lot of money to do it. And nobody, as you were talking about it too, wants to. I was thinking about getting booed at it. You're an actor in this show that sucks. And you're almost decapitated. And you perform your ass off these shitty songs in this shitty adaptation. And then afterwards you get booed. That is not a good feeling.
Time actually has been kind to the concept of Carrie the Musical because it was performed in 2012 off-Broadway, 2015 off-West End, and there was a 2015 LA production of it.
Oh.
So I think when they redid these, they cut some of the songs, changed some of the stuff up, but it was loosely based on the original musical and, of course, the source material previously. So I think people have been kind to a lot of things that were reviewed poorly now.
Yeah.
You have hindsight to look back at it. I don't know if people were necessarily looking back at the 1988 musical going, well, this is really good. You didn't give it a chance. I think there was just a lot of inherent problems, and it cost $8 million to make.
Wow.
And that was a lot, even for 1988 Broadway musical.
For sure. Those steps, those expensive white steps that these two actors are standing on in the playbill.
Which looks cool. I mean, it looks
It does. It
cool.
looks, listen, it looks fucking cool. But again, like, sometimes things are lost in translation. And I think it probably had this resurgence because it's a great intellectual property. Like, people love, I mean, again, love is a strange word, but, you know, the horror of Carrie is so relevant and compelling that I get how it would live on beyond this disaster of a performance.
One of the big numbers in it is Satan, I ain't waiting for you.
No.
No, it's not, but it'd be pretty
Okay.
cool though,
That'd
right?
be pretty cool. Yeah, I'll watch that.